Hi, I'm Alice Crayley. How are you doing today? I have been skimping on my dream videos, so today I'm going to make one. I've actually had quite a few dreams as of very recent. Um, as you can see, I am in witch attire today, um, and today I want to talk about a lot of different things actually. The witch is a sign of self love, rebirth. It could also be a sign of empowerment, giving power and grace to yourself, and that there is no such thing as a perfect victim. And if you go through things and you notice you have unhealthy reactions because of your trauma to these things, to not punish yourself too much and to not hurt yourself and to show the same grace that you would show to others. And of course, giving yourself the space to feel your emotions and to realize how your trauma has interacted with your body's reactions and how that kind of what that causes. So, I've had this one was very interesting. I think I'm gonna read that one off first. Um, this first dream, I was inside a video store, like an old Blockbuster. I don't know if you remember those video stores. There was one in my hometown where that did Wii games and DVDs, stuff like that. Really interesting. And I was inside one of these stores. It was bright white, and it had these big floor-to-ceiling windows with sunlight coming through. And they were selling different videos, different movies. It had all my favorite movies. And they were also selling a lot of other strange objects. They were selling like weird things, like a vape that would turn into a 3DS, and like necklaces that were also pendulums. Lots of different things, lots of different stuff. And the whole time, I just remember being worried about money. That was a big element of the dream, just like worried about money. So I go outside and it's pitch black. It was night. It was daytime inside the store, but when I go outside, pitch black night, no clouds, and I have a cat attacking my feet. I see a large bridge, like a road bridge. Like, stop, 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 stop. He always does this. He always does this. A large road bridge, absolutely casted in shadow. I don't know if y'all are from Texas or live in a place where spaghetti bowl highways happen, but it was an elevated road or a pass, and the rest was desolate all the way through. And I feel a deep pit in my stomach. And then I get a phone call from someone from West Tennessee, and it's one of my friends, and they have this very delicate, shaky, terrified voice, and they're like, hello? Hello? And it's like that, but it's like shaky and full of fear, and I jolt awake. It's just like something about that just got to me. So that was one of the dreams. And then, yeah, it's interesting. It says a lot about consumerism. Maybe I'm letting things into my life that I don't need. Maybe to check in with others and to check in on my relationship with others so that you're not alone. I think loneliness was a big part of that dream. You can feel isolated sometimes. And it's important to check up on those you love and to build your relationship with them. And, yeah. Because the best cure for loneliness is talking to those you love. So, this next dream is very interesting. I had it on Saturday the 3rd, and I took my mom's car in the dream to get some blood work done at night. And I was on the road, and I was driving to the blood work place, and I just got exhausted. Like, my vision was just absolutely shot. Like, things were phasing on top of each other, so I was exhausted in the dream. And I was absolutely tired, and I was like, I'm gonna stop and get some sleep because I just can't drive. I can't drive back. I can't drive. I stopped near a neighborhood, and I fell asleep. And then I got up later and I drove back home because I didn't want to drive home with being tired and having gotten blood work done. And I got home, and my mom was like, why did you take so long? And I tried to explain myself, but every time I would, my words would be wrong. Like I was supposed to say, like, oh, I got tired, I couldn't drive, I needed to rest. But what I was saying was, I got drunk and I hooked up with somebody. Like, stuff like that. I got drunk and I hooked up with somebody and I drove all across town. Like, crazy stuff like that, you know? And then she got upset with me. And she had long brown hair with an intricate braiding pattern in it. So that was the first dream. And then I woke up. This was layer 2 of the dream. And I started telling people about my dream. And I went to tell my best friend Cade. And in the dream, the same thing happened. When I went to tell her about the dream, crazy stuff came out. Like, I dreamt I hooked up with someone. I got drunk. And then she got upset with me. So my mouth wouldn't correlate with what really happened. I was just admitting guilt to something that wasn't true. Now, this could be a metaphor because I do have a habit of saying sorry too much. And it kind of admitting guilt in situations where that's not necessary. Food for thought. And I left the house, and I went to my mom, and she had an even more intricate braided pattern in the second layer of the dream. And I was about to tell her my dream, but she got upset before I even started. She was like, is this going to be like a whole story? I don't have time for this. And I was like, okay. So I just went to the living room and I left. And then I woke up for the 3rd time. And this was interesting. I was with my godmother, Nina, we call her. And I was telling her about the sequence of dreams. And or that it happened. I hadn't told her anything yet. My mom was walking by with an even more intricate braided pattern. Like, through each layer of the dream, it got more and more intricate. And my Nina was like, your hair looks stiff. Come here. And she walks up to me and she starts pulling at my hair and messing with it. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I guess I didn't have time to wash it recently. And she's like, I know how that is. And there was this other woman behind her who was like, yeah, I know who that is. In our house. And she just kept pulling at my hair, which was crazy. And then I woke up. So interesting. And then my 3rd dream, I'm going to keep this short. And then if I ever have any more analysis to put on top of it, I'll add to it later. I don't want to bog this video down. And I don't know. I don't got much to say today. My 3rd dream, I was taking care of a baby. A very small baby, like a palm-sized baby. But he or she was very developed. Like, she could laugh. He could move around. He looked like a 1-year-old baby, just very small. And I was taking care of this baby with my mom in the car. And I kept remarking how adorable and pretty and beautiful this baby was. And how much I wanted to take care of this baby. And my mom seemed annoyed. But I continued. And then we got to this mall and I was holding the baby. Making sure the baby was okay. And taking care of it. And my mom was like, leave it here. Leave it here. We can't bring it anymore. Leave it here at the mall. And I'm like, no, Mom, we can't. Like, this baby needs my help. I can't do that. I can't leave this baby. And she just keeps pressuring me and pressuring me and pressuring me. until I leave the baby. So I put the baby in this small stroller and I leave it at the mall. And the baby starts crying. And I'm like, "Oh, we can't leave this baby." But she's like, no, it'll be fine. We'll be back for it sometime. I don't know why that got to me. And then I woke up. That dream I don't know how to interpret. That was just kind of a sad dream. Like I said previously, sometimes your dreams are just your brain flipping through the memory card. But yeah, those are my dreams. Very weird, very interesting. I've had one the past couple of nights, but I can't quite remember it. I'm going to check my notes up one more time. See if I can't find another dream I got to. Oh yeah. Fourth dream I've had very recently, January 7th, last night. It was like an anime fight, strangely enough. It was this small white-haired kid fighting this smarmy demon guy who would crawl across the walls. And this is my familiar, Ichigo. And they're having this like anime fight in this dark room. And the kid eventually defeated the anime guy, or the demon guy. But it was like this big anime fight between this small kid and this big demon guy, which was interesting. And then I had a dream about my father, basically telling me how I don't talk to him enough, which wonderful stuff, right? But yeah, those are all my dreams. I think Ichigo is done for today. He wants me to give him attention and not make dream videos. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have an amazing day. If you keep stops biting me, bye. Oh, wait.